Hello and welcome back to City Skylines Crater Map, where things are slowly devolving worse and worse, to the point where it's questionable what is going to survive. I'm being slightly dramatic right now. It's not that bad. I mean, the water reclamation unit does need an overhaul, and we are dealing with way more water than we can handle, but we've been through worse in the past in other series, so I'm not going to freak out completely. The population growth is completely killing our systems, though. We're gaining population faster than I ever expected this city to, so it's no surprise that we're sorry. We're starting to get to a point where things are going haywire. Well, this city isn't supposed to be this big. Which may actually propose a unique challenge. Because things are actually much more intense than they were supposed to be. But we're going to retaliate against the water by opening up more and more land for the water to evaporate through. And hopefully, if we do that, we can convince it to go down a little bit. And maybe counteract the amount of water coming in. We have an imbalance in the water system, and it's not from a water tank or anything. I got rid of all them. There is just simply water being added to the system. Cody's Lab actually made a comment, and it may explain why, if City Skylines is being completely accurate. It may be because people actually do expel more than they consume. Well, technically, because when you eat food and other things, you take in water, which is added onto the water you drink out of the faucet, which means that more water is coming out as sewage than is going back in as water. Which is sad, because it's really, really complicating things. Really complicating things. It may be time to increase the amount of pumps we've got along here as well. Getting the secondary systems up and running faster may be a big deal. The most important thing is that we just continue pushing this back. Some people have called for me to... See, that's just bad time. Some people have called for me to completely redo the water reclamation unit, but that wouldn't make sense. It would honestly just lead to flooding. I believe it makes way more sense to actually fix the problem. It may be a little bit complicated to fix, but by expanding this area, we can increase the amount of evaporation. Hopefully. We can also target the system using a few other means, and I actually do have an idea for one thing we can do. Remember, Las Vooperis? Well, guess what? We're gonna copy the ridge system we used in that evaporation area. It's specifically designed to prevent the water from reaching a certain point. How? There's little ridges with a road on them. Once the water goes over that point, it's going to go and attack it with flood trucks. Where did the sinkhole hit? Did it hit anywhere that actually matters? Hopefully not. It looks like I am never going to figure out where that happened. This right here? Ah, interesting. It doesn't seem to have done any damage whatsoever. The road wasn't destroyed, at least. Okay, fantastic. That wasn't that bad. We have to create some residential housing soon. People are getting kind of angry. We're not keeping up with demand. I'm going to continue building this up as a last-ditch system for getting the flood trucks actually functioning. Because the flood trucks are not currently doing their job. I understand why. It's just too flooded for them to do their job, but we need to get them a way to do it. There we go. See? The flood trucks will actually come out to that, which should mean that they're going to have to actually do something. They will actually have to earn their wages. Isn't that exciting? Okay. So, question of the day. Is the water still maintaining? Yeah, it is. It's still maintaining its speed. That's insane. The amount of water that's coming in is actually absolutely ridiculous. It's all the way up to here now, this new area. It's gonna hit that bridge soon, so I should actually raise that up. Gamers rise up. There we go, that'll keep it safe. I mean, this is all going to collapse too, I guess. Oh man, this wall may actually be useful soon. The water is just rising so quickly. You guys said that would be cheating if I just stopped the population from growing. Because apparently that's an inhumane thing to do, to just remove everyone from the city. Jeez, we just call it full-scale evacuation in Vooperia. We're used to that. Here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get some new housing up. I know, top priority right now. What else would be important? Keeping the citizens safe. Ha! Very funny. You guys want me to increase the population, which means that I can't keep the citizens safe. Yes, this is your fault. And if we just continue this a little bit further. There we go. Fantastic. A full new area for people to live. Very nice indeed. I'm sure people will be very happy to live there. Industry's having some trouble as well. People have been telling me to build farms and stuff to try to counteract everything. Well, we do have all these tree farms. These are supposed to be doing something, using more water, but we can expand it at some point. I'm so sick. Sorry guys. Okay, so this is actually starting to flow out of the secondary exit. That's not good. That means that we are starting to hit the maximum amount of flow we can get out of this area. It's actually spilling. It is actually spilling over here and then falling into this canal. That's not good. That's no bueno. That is highly concerning. Okay, so this is going to keep us alive a little bit longer at least. This needs to be reconnected because there's no actual way for the flood trucks from over here to get across. They are now stuck, so let's get that fixed. Just build a bridge. There we go. Now they can at least escape, get some service, you know, all those good things. Oh, they could have just went around like the... Oh, no, they can't because this is flooding now. Uh-oh. Why is there so much sewage, darn it? Guys, just hold it for a very long time. Then we'll have less sewage. For at least, like, 20 minutes. Oh my god. That's a lot of water. That's a really lot of water. We're starting to run out of space. Like, expanding out gets more and more expensive as this area gets taller. We have to, like, get rid of entire cliffs now. That's all... That's an entire load of soil right there. And then we have to find somewhere to dump it, which we're trying to dump it over here, but still... There's only so much soil I can pick up and dump. And there's only so long that it'll actually be efficient. Soon it's just going to be a, like, big lake. And the only thing that this is going to contribute to is making it harder to drain in the future. This is such an issue at this point. But the way the map is shaped, there's no solution. And you can't dump the water anywhere. When you try to use the water, it just creates more sewage than there is water being used. It's a very bad situation for our citizens to be in. Let's make sure they've got everything they need, though. Fire coverage seems to be good. Healthcare seems to be good enough. Police are falling a little bit behind, so let's give them a little bit of a boost. Put a new station right here. Okay, education is a little bit behind, but we need that to keep the industry running. Great, 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 great. We are running into some serious, serious roadblocks. I mean, we're making an absolute ton of money, which is fantastic, but this is a problem. This is a problem. Now our main roads for flood trucks and stuff are starting to get covered. This isn't even that high up anymore. That's going to be merged soon. I don't think I can actually dig as quickly as the water's rising. I think we're reaching a point of, intense discussion needs to be had in the city about what our next direction is to try to prevent this from happening. I don't think the current plan is working very well. We're just creating a lake. How do we actually use the material? Well, I've got one idea. It's pretty disgusting, though. Instead of pouring this through here, we're going to move it. At least this stuff. Just as a test run, we're going to pull it over here and let it run all the way down the side of the hill. If we run it down the side of the hill, there's a potential for it to evaporate on the way down. It's sloped downward, so technically it should always go down to that area. What sucks about it is it's completely destroying the environment, but whatever. At this point, what can we do about it? We'll connect them to their own power, and let's just hope that it works. Okay, so they are dropping water. They've stopped. Why have they stopped? That's the correct line, correct? Yes, it is. Why aren't you outputting? Oh, it's because... I know why. Because the flood trucks aren't even running. So that's not even contributing to this issue. It's just these outflow pipes over here. We'll leave those. We'll just add more. I'm not going to get rid of any of our capability. We will simply add more and more and more. So what we're going to have to do is get some outflow pipes and just hope that they outflow enough. We'll just copy, we'll put 3 down, and then we'll copy the rest. Oh. We will copy the rest. Like this, Control C. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. We can fit 27 safely. And that should give a lot more room for that big pump to run. So that's also good. Let's hope that they work well. Come on. Give me some success in evaporating some of the water. This should help. This is giving the water a lot of thin area to evaporate on. I mean, if this doesn't work, I would be highly surprised. This should at least help a little bit. It should highly decrease the amount of water coming out here, which it is. This is going down now. So that's good news. That's definitely good news. Is it enough to get a hold on things? Probably not. Now you can definitely see the water is losing a bit of steam as it goes down. All this on the edge, disappearing. But it's still reaching the bottom. Which is admittedly disappointing. I wish it went up a bit for... Actually, we can make it go a bit further, can't we? We can make it go the full trip down. That is going to be kind of... Oh my god, the lag. Ridiculous. But maybe worth it. Oh, it kept all the pipes and everything. Huh. Well, that's impressive. And did the water sources actually move, though? No, it looks like they stayed here. Uh-oh. That's highly disappointing, I will admit. Highly disappointing indeed. If I look at the water map, is there any way for me to... No. Looks like we have to delete all of them and redo it. Delete. Let's rebuild it. Okay, great. These are completely broken as well. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I didn't mean to completely break everything. Oh, that's slightly better. It's like, oh, why are they in the air? Okay, we're going to ignore those. We're going to ignore them, and ready for this. We're going to make it a big boy. There we go. This is going to be an absolutely massive system. The large extension to be added to the water reclamation unit so far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. I'm not even sure we can afford that many. How much do they cost each? 320. Yeah, that's enough for now. I mean, if we need to step it up, we will look into it, but that is an insane number already. Here we go. Now I've got to connect every single one. Uh-oh. And that's the issue. Some of them are going to be stubborn. This is probably one of the biggest water systems we're going to build. I mean, in Atlantis, we obviously built an absolutely massive one, but this may actually end up growing bigger because we have more space. We have a lot of space on this map, and that's the one good thing going for us. We're never going to run out of space to throw water. Well, not for a while. At some point, we obviously will, and that's when it's kind of the end of the world. But until then, I am going to fight as hard as I can to keep the water down. And how are we going to do that? By having it evaporate, going down this very, very large hill. Okay, now that is a new system. Try that. Let's see how that works. Okay. They need more electricity. Great. How about we just give them a big wind farm? Here it goes. Look at that. Now that's a lot of water. Is it going to be enough, is the question. Well, as it stands, this is going to dramatically decrease the amount of water going back into the system. As you can see, a lot of it is evaporating on the way down. This is actually the largest waterfall in City Skylines now. I don't think anyone else has created a waterfall longer than this. Oh my god, my words are so messed up because I'm sick and my nose is blocking my words, but it's okay. This waterfall is going to go all the way halfway down the city. If that's not extreme, I don't know what is. The water reclamation unit should get some time to catch up now. Yeah, this is slowed down significantly. And this has sped up significantly, which is actually leading to the water levels decreasing a little bit. That's very good news. But is the water going to make it all the way down? I don't know. This is a rather massive area. And a rather massive waterfall as well. It's going down like... Wow. Hopefully this doesn't have like the power of a tsunami once it reaches the bottom, because the force of gravity, this is going to be moving very fast. Or at least with a lot of force. It's like an avalanche of water going down the hill, a mudslide. But it's definitely losing a lot of water on the way. We are certainly doing a good job of dissipating it. Actually, by the time it reaches here, it looks like a majority of it's actually gone. How is this doing? It's actually dropping. The water level is actually decreasing. by creating the largest waterfall in City Skylines, we have decreased the amount of water in the water reclamation unit. This is the largest, the absolute largest evaporation area we've ever used. Down to all the way down half of the city area. Absolutely ridiculous. And it seems to be working. Or at least, I think. We'll see once this water reaches the end. I mean, the water is making it. Very slightly. It seems to be slowing down and losing steam, though. This isn't going much further. Maybe that's it. Maybe we've gotten to the point where this will evaporate everything. But what worries me is that the water at the top is getting thicker. This is much more water up here than there was previously. So it's starting to stack. The water is pushing onto the water under it and moving up. Which means that it's going to evaporate less. Hopefully we can keep things under control. This ground over here is just completely saturated. Water is just pouring through the side of it. Even down here, I believe that there's water running under the surface. I don't see any, which is good. Here it is. So it's getting down to here, and now it's going down to here, and now it's going... Yep, it's definitely on its way. The initial wave completely dissipated, though. The only issue is that the water is definitely going into the water table, and little outcroppings like this are actually filling up with water because of it. This entire area is very saturated with water. Very, very saturated with water. But the water levels continue to decline. The situation seems to be slowly getting under control. And that is good news. And we'll end it here. We have created something absolutely ridiculous. That is an expensive system, by the way, using pretty much half of our money. Wait, if we increase the water budget... If we increase the water budget, we can completely increase the amount of water we're pushing through these systems. There we go. Look at that. Now we're going to be pulling way more water through this pump. Look at that. That's going to really mess with it. Okay, that may have just done a lot of good for us. Because this pump is now running at like triple speed. Fantastic. Great. That's actually going to do a lot for us. But, thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I will see you all next time when I may have to actually not make a video. It's my throat. It's pretty damn bad. Well, bye. Bye.